We have heard lot of stories about Sachin and Benny Bansal. So how is he as a person?
I mean, Sachin it was very empathetic, big picture thinker, can see the world 5 years down the line.
And जब फैमिली में इतने सारे लोग हो IIM ABC से तो प्रेशर आता है?
हाँ, वो प्रेशर तो आता ही है, मतलब प्रेशर इन द सेंस दैट एवरी कॉन्वर्सेशन इज एन इंटेलेक्चुअल कॉन्वर्सेशन.
जैसे जेनजीज और पहले के ज़माने में सबको यूएस जाना होता है.
Opportunities to earn better, I think, is maybe quality of life in terms of like air quality and like water quality and general working conditions maybe.
आपको जर्नलिज्म से कब प्यार हुआ?
Yeah, after economic times.
What does a journalist look out for in a relation?
I think it was
काफ़ी ये सारी जर्नी में आपने स्टोरी टेलिंग काफ़ी सीखा, तो आप बताओगे कि स्टोरी टेलिंग के लिए क्या इंपॉर्टेंट है?
स्टोरी टेलिंग के लिए क्या इंपॉर्टेंट है? एक हीरो होना चाहिए, एक विलन होना चाहिए और एक सीन होना चाहिए. मतलब बस इट इज एज सिंपल एज दैट. यू क्रिएट द राइट सीन. जर्नलिज्म इज एक्चुअली सो फैक्चुअल. That's a very big value at the Arc, that we are not telling our readers how to think. We are enabling them with all the data points.
जो फाउंडर्स होते हैं वो मोस्टली लड़के होते हैं, लड़कियां बहुत कम फाउंडर्स होती हैं, तो इसके बारे में आपका कोई ओपिनियन है?
Maybe it's about कि यार IIT में लोग ही कितने जाते हैं. अगर आप IIT से ही सिलेक्शन बायस कर लो तो आप वहीं से आप निकाल लो ना जॉब.
Hi guys, this is Shan Jewel. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we have a very special guest with us who is none other than Aditi, who is the founder of ARC. Hi Aditi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm also good. Tell us about yourself, how you started your journey, where are you from?
So I'm from Delhi. I should actually say Gurgaon because I always get corrected by my friends in Delhi when I say Delhi. So born and brought up in Gurgaon, studied in Delhi, did college from DU, and studied commerce. Moved to Bangalore right after I started working. So my first job was in Bangalore. Remember when I was packing my bag, I was crying that, I'm going to a city which is completely like unknown. I'd never traveled down south at all. And Reuters was for my first job. And since then, kind of fell in love with both the profession as well as the city. So since then, I've been here, and now I've been a journalist. I've worked in a VC for a few years as well, and now I run my own company, a media company. So largely, yeah, that's broadly me.
And graduation वगैरह कहाँ से किया था आपने?
School was Amity and then Convent of Jesus and Mary. I wanted to pass out from the same school as my mom, so I moved in 10th to graduate from CJM. Then it was Delhi University. I did BCom honors. And then I went to Indian Institute of Mass Comm for postgrad, which is for journalism.
Okay.
And yeah, that's JNU. And from there, I started working, which is Reuters in Bangalore.
And how did you develop your interest in journalism?
So I never had an interest in journalism, to be honest. My so I from Gurgaon to Delhi, when you travel, there is like we used to always pass IIMC as one of the that road leads to South Delhi. It leads to like every place that I would like to go to with my mom. We used to always pass that road. And when I was graduating, the sad thing was that I knew what I didn't like. I really didn't know what I like. So I was that student that I knew कि accounting नहीं करनी, data entry नहीं करनी, marketing is too glorified, but जो starting का marketing का job था वो नहीं करना, sales नहीं करना. So I knew what I didn't want to do. But if you would flip it and say what do you want to do, then I didn't really like have an answer कि what I want to do, right? Like so. I would give you an answer जो एक CEO देगा on day zero कि I want to lead something like this or do something like this. And startups or starting up was not mainstream at that point in time. So I kind of left it. So that's where we were. So the campus placements were going on, and EY and Accenture and all these companies were blue chip companies that came to campus. And none of them were like exciting to me. So my dad said कि MBA के लिए try करो.
Which year was that?
2012.
Okay.
2012. He said MBA के लिए try करो, CAT दे दो, देखो क्या होता है. So I did it and I was at 92 percentile. And then he just sat me down one day. So my dad is from IIM Calcutta. And my entire family is of ABC. So my mama is from Ahmedabad, another mama is from Bangalore, and he's from Calcutta. So it's very high performing family. So he just looked at me and he said कि बेटा ये 92 जो है ना ये बहुत पढ़ाई करने के बाद 95 to 97 हो सकता है, बट ये 99 point something कुछ नहीं होगा. So you will मतलब you will get to a good college, you will not get to a great college. And that's also a risk you're taking. You're dropping a year, padhoge, all of that. And he was absolutely right about it. So then I said, "Kya theek hai." That time I said, "Ki let me just, I'll still study for it rather than, take the 3.2 lakh job at, EY. I'll do this." So one day we were just passing and my mom said, "Ki yaar, you are so curious. You love to ask questions. You have a lot of friends. You are impersonable. Ye sab, all these criterias make you, interest. Like you can be somewhere in communications, which is something that you've not explored." And my mom is like a sales, was in ITDC, so she was doing sales, marketing, comms. So for her, like it was intuitive to see some of these skills, which for me, I didn't think of communication as a skill. Like I just thought that, there are people who have more friends, there are people who have less friends, there are people who, you enjoy hanging out with, there are people you don't. You're lucky that you're in the bracket that people do love to hang out with you, but who's going to pay for that? But she said, "Kya ye skill hai, isko, you're curious, you ask a lot of questions, you can hold a conversation, why don't you try doing something about it? IMC mein apply karo." It was the best journalism school in the country. So we just stopped by, we just took the form and applied, and luckily for us 2 weeks के बाद उसका admission test था, and I got through, and it was a 9-month course. So the thinking was very simple कि यार ये course भी कर लेते हैं, अगर ये नहीं होगा तो फिर CAT दे ही देंगे, 3 महीने और हैं पढ़ने के लिए.
This was in the same year, 2012?
Yes. So I joined it also, and there was nothing to lose. It was a government college, it was not very expensive, there was nothing to lose. And then when I went into IIMC, I started, so I was not one of the top percentile students in my class. I was taking it very easy and, just making friends and, having a good time. So not one of those, like my attendance was probably the lowest, one of the lowest sorry mom, one of the lowest in my class. And I used to go back every weekend because my parents were in Gurgaon. So, a lot of people had worked very hard to get here, and this was something that they had thought about for very long. I was not one of those people at that point in time. And once again, what happened was that I got, when the campus placements came, I thought that marketing is the role for me because that's what my mom said, right? Ki communications and everything you're good at. Journalism I had not taken seriously or thought about as a calling till then. But what incidentally ended up happening was that the first campus placement that happened in college was Reuters.
Okay.
And this is in every college that जो day zero पे company आती है, चाहे you want it or you don't want it, you want to sit for it because it's the most prestigious job. Just by the sheer timing of it, right? So Reuters came to campus and the entire campus sat for it. So there was ADPR, ads and marketing team, there was journalism teams, everybody sat for it. So I also sat for it. And I cleared Reuters. And I remember the day I cleared Reuters, I was like, oh shit, now I can't sit for any other placement because all the ad and media companies will come afterwards. And it was not, they had 2 seats and it was not something that you could, like, if you would be around in campus, they would be like, dude, you have to take this job and see where this goes. This is a great opportunity. I kind of enjoyed the Reuters interview process as well. So I like the fact that, it had a lot of data orientation. It had big picture thinking. It had all of those things that, I wanted to align to. Journalism as a calling was still not one of them.
Interesting.
And that's how I literally got into journalism, that I couldn't sit for any other placements after that, and I took the one that I got. And yeah, then I moved to Bangalore.
एंड जब फैमिली में इतने सारे लोग हो IIM ABC से तो प्रेशर आता है?
हाँ, वो प्रेशर तो आता ही है, मतलब प्रेशर इन द सेंस दैट every conversation is an intellectual conversation. Like you can talk to, you can pick up the phone, and so that's how I actually cleared the interview. That I called up my mama in the US who runs a hedge fund, and I told him Reuters, and he gave me an overview that this is how an organization like Reuters thinks. This is what they do. This is how you need to think about it. That was my upper hand in the interview process compared to anybody else in my campus. It was not because, like, after I cleared the written, the interview process from 10 to 2 was just because I called him and I asked him, you are a hedge fund manager. What do you make of Reuters? What do they do with it? So it does give you a sense of pressure. It also gives you a sense of access. And it depends how you use it. So yeah, I mean, pressure तो आता है. Like they will tell you that ऐसा नहीं होता कि तुम्हें जो करना है करो. At least मेरे साथ तो ऐसा कभी नहीं हुआ. Neither for my brother. It was never so simple कि do whatever you want. But it was always that find that superpower and just be good at what you do. Like, don't be second best at something. Like, try to understand what you want to do and just be really good at it, or at least aim to get there. Have a path to getting there. Don't optimize for money, like optimize for learning, and like all those things that create pressure for you were like things that they sort of helped me navigate. And my mother and my father and the entire family being of the same thought process actually helped. So it helped me become a lot more independent.
ओके. एंड जब आपने कॉलेज ज्वाइन किया, जब आप कॉलेज कर रहे थे, तो ये नया सब कुछ नया था, करिकुलम वगैरह, एंड पता नहीं था कि कहाँ जाना है. तो वेर यू एंजॉयिंग इट? हाउ वाज द फीलिंग देन?
यार, I was just chilling. I was not मतलब इतना
So-
हेवी, एक तो हेवी करिकुलम था नहीं. मतलब you couldn't fail, like let me put it that way. क्लास में जाना होता है सुबह, जाओगे तो ठीक है, नहीं जाओगे तो मतलब किसी से अटेंडेंस लगवा दो. Have the right friends. It was not so rigorous as like BCom honors was rigorous कि मतलब हम DU में आप फेल हो सकते हो, right? तो रैंक एंड एवरीथिंग मैटर्स. तो तब पढ़ाई करी थी. मास कॉम में इट वाज नॉट सो रिजिड. It was and a lot of it is like your perception of what you think of the other person, right? And how somebody is rating you. It's not completely objective. So it was fine. Like I didn't take it as seriously as what other people did. For me, it was I had nothing to lose. मेरे पास 9 महीने थे. या तो ये करूँ, अगर ये नहीं हुआ तो 3 महीने में भी कैट पढ़ के आई कुड ट्राई अगेन. सो इन माई हेड इट वॉज नॉट सच अ बिग ट्रेड ऑफ. मतलब आई थिंक माई डैड मस्ट ऑल्सो बी थिंकिंग, और माई मॉम मस्ट बी थिंकिंग कि घर पे बैठेगी तो बिल्कुल ही कुछ नहीं करेगी 6 महीने, और एटलीस्ट यहाँ पे शी इज डूइंग अ कोर्स विच इज adding some value if nothing else. So they've never said it, but that's how they must be thinking, because everybody around them was telling them कि एक साल के लिए तो कोई पढ़ता नहीं है, तो might as well send her somewhere.
Right.
So I think that is how it kind of, and it was the best college for the skill that it could offer. So that was important for my parents all the time, that you should be at the best place for the skill set that you need to have.
And how was your experience at Reuters?
Yeah, Reuters was good. Reuters was my first job. So good in a lot of ways. I was, I mean, I learned reporting, I learned data, I learned numbers, all the interesting things about what I love about journalism today. The training ground for that was Reuters for me. Unlike a lot of newsrooms today in India, Reuters spends a lot of time on training, which is extremely important in the kind of work that they expect you to do as well. But it helps you understand like financial markets in a very different way and in a very deep manner. So I loved it. The only con for me was that we were working for US companies. So working for US companies also means working on US timings, which like after like a year and a half starts taking a toll on your health, like when you're like not sleeping on time, not getting up on time, you know, sunset पे आप मतलब ऑफिस जा रहे हो, so वो like those kind of things kind of like affect a woman's health a lot more.
Mm.
uh, so that was a trade-off, which is why I finally decided to switch. But even when I was at Reuters, I was thinking, because my mama was in New York, uh, I was thinking that, you know, if I really like this, I should be, you know, I cover US companies, I should be in US and, you know, try to do it. And they were one of those publications that said, yeah, sure, you can do it. We can't afford it.
Mm.
So if you find a way that you can stay there in New York City, then we can let you sort of stay there for 2-3 months and you can
Mm.
explore what it's like being a journalist in the US. Um, so I was actually about to do just that, and that's when Economic Times offer came. And for me, staying in India was actually a lot more important than going to the US and like sort of learning a new market. So that's why I switched from Reuters. Ki it was a good time.
एंड मतलब यहाँ पे जैसे जेंजीज और पहले के ज़माने में सबको यूएस जाना होता है कि करना होता है, मतलब दैट साउंड्स वेरी लुक्रेटिव आउट देयर, तो आपको
हाँ,
भी ये लगता था? ऐसा क्यों होता है?
या तो मुझे इसलिए नहीं लगता था क्योंकि मैं तो I because of my mama again. I stayed in US for fairly long periods of time, and I've only seen the good life because कोई struggle तो था नहीं. Mama was in Goldman Sachs and then he had his own hedge fund and he was living in Central Park West. So everything was like you know, the top tier of service that you would get being in the US was my holidays when I used to go there. Uh, so there was never this fascination that we had कि यार नहीं US में ही रहना है या US में ही. My brother went to study in the US. He went to UIUC. So we used to travel a lot. Uh, I am a very dal chawal person after 5 days. So like I will break, and I can't see bread for very long. So like
Mm.
a lot of it was not a culture for me. It was never something. Actually, nobody in my family decided to sort of pursue staying there. Like my mama kept telling my nanny that, you know, I'll get your green card, you come. She never moved. My mother never moved. My brother came back to India. So like वो at least हमारे में तो नहीं था. And we used to go there, we used to holiday, we used to have a lot of fun together as a family, and then we used to come back. So uh, yeah, it's an aspiration today. I think it was an aspiration even then, but maybe in our setup it was not. Like we had seen that life and we had seen what it's like, and we'd also seen the struggle of what it's like to you know, make a life there and, you know, be the person my mama actually ended up being. So there was a lot of struggle for him to get where he was. You know, he did HBS, IIM Ahmedabad, HBS, and then he started his career. So, you know, it was at top institutes throughout, and you know, that's how he built his life there, and he was completely self-made. And yeah, so for us, we were like, you know, we were more just India inclined. And we had seen US from like I spent like a year in the US when I was 3. So वो लाइफ देखी हुई थी थोड़ा बहुत, लाइक इतना कोई फैसिनेशन तो नहीं था.
एंड आई हैव नेवर बीन टू यूएस, सो लाइक व्हाट आर द थिंग्स दैट इंडिया एंड यूएस में क्या डिफरेंस है? आपको क्या फील होता है कि लोग क्यों जाना चाहते हैं?
यार क्यों जाना चाहते हैं? आई वुड से opportunities to earn better, I think, is maybe a quality of life in terms of like air quality and like water quality and general working conditions maybe.
ओके.
And yeah, I think for certain professions, like today, if you want to build an AI company, you have to be in the US. If you want to build you know, high-end software AI company, it's where the best talent is. So US has some super powers of their own. And if you're playing in those superpowers, then you know you want to be closer to it. You can't be in China, so you can be in the US. Yeah, I think that is broadly what I would say. But I'm just assuming क्योंकि ना मैंने करा है ना मेरे घर में किसी ने करा है. Mama is the only one who's been there, and he's worked very hard, and he's got to where he is.
आपको जर्नलिज्म से कब प्यार हुआ?
यार आफ्टर इकोनॉमिक टाइम्स,
ओके।
क्योंकि 80 में दैट इज व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड लर्निंग कि एक्चुअली जर्नलिज्म होता क्या है. सो फर्स्ट डे, सो रॉयटर्स बहुत स्ट्रक्चर्ड है. सो रॉयटर्स में है कि यार ये कंपनी है, इसको कवर करना है, this is the data points you need to look at. So it teaches you structure क्या, this is how a company looks, this is what and these are all large companies, these are all billion-dollar retail companies that I was covering. ET is when basically ET startup team बन रही थी. So बैंगलोर से शुरू हुआ था.
ये कौन से ईयर की बात है?
2014 या
Okay.
2013 2014. 2013 में शुरू हो गया था. I came in 2014. So I remember that our editor said on day 0 कि what 4 story ideas by end of the week, and I'm like कि story तो आती है wire पे, and then we write it. Like story idea ढूंढने कौन जाता है? Like that introduction to journalism actually happened because of economic times. And I still remember that actually you mentioned Bhavesh, so I should say this. I still remember I was in the US right before that, because I was thinking, right, कि मैं India हूँ या मैं or should I pursue this and work here. So Uber was like taking off like crazy, and when it was taking off in New York, it was a big deal, because New York में you can actually just hail a cab on the street. And there was a ringside view that I had on Uber, just because I was seeing everybody around me using these cabs, and I think I saw a little bit of a protest also outside Times Square. So this was like an unusual thing for me, that I saw that obviously nobody in India would be seeing, hands like operationally. And I was only there for 2-3 weeks. So when I came back, I said, "Kiya, this is," and Uber was coming to India also. So I said, this is a very interesting sector. I want to be a part of this sector. इसमें मजा आएगा. And I started by saying that ride hailing cover करना है. And there were a lot of people within ET जो ride hailing cover कर रहे थे. Maybe उनको Uber के बारे में इतना नहीं पता होगा at that point in time, but much senior to me, and obviously reporting तो मुझसे ज़्यादा ही आती थी. मैं तो बिल्कुल ही new थी. And yeah, that was essentially the time when I went to the newsroom, and I asked somebody in my team कि यार I want to meet XYZ. I want to meet the Taxi for Sure founder. I want to meet Bhavesh. I want to meet Uber. I want to do all of these things, and I want to write this kind of a story. And this reporter dismissed me because she said कि यार ऐसे थोड़ा ना तुम बोलोगे और मतलब I'll give you my phone and give you the number and tell you कि यार you talk to this person.
उनको लगा बहुत नेव बात कर रहे हो.
उनको लगा कि औकात के बाहर बात कर रहे हो, मतलब कि मैं हूँ तो तुम ये क्यों करोगे, right? Like and that's when it was one of those challenges here. If you want to be a journalist, you have to start from, you have to earn it. And actually it was about a funding story. I said, I think that I think Taxi for Sure is going to get funded. And she said कि यार ये सब नहीं होगा तुमसे, तुम पहले ग्राउंड स्टोरीज करो, तुम पहले ये सब करो, तुम ट्रेंड्स देखो क्या हो रहा है मार्केट में. ये सारी वेंचर कैपिटल, प्राइवेट इक्विटी डील्स, ये स्टोरी तुम्हारे औकात के बाहर है. एसेंशियली मेरे को यही बोला गया था. एंड वो मेरे को ईगो पे बहुत तेज लगा था, बिकॉज आई वाज लाइक यार अगेन you cover a sector, you have to be a winner. You can't, I don't mind the grunt work, but ambition can't be to stop at that and not go to the next level. Essentially मेरा वो था. And that is how I started realizing कि अच्छा, how do you need to build sources, that nobody inside is going to help me to figure out कि Ola या Taxi for Sure की funding कौन कर रहा है. How do I create a map of figuring out who's getting funded, what should I be reading for that, how should I be thinking about the kind of people I need to meet. So that experience made me trigger to think how to become a better journalist in the ride hailing space only. Like I was just thinking about this one space कि इसको ठीक से करना है. And yeah, then that is what sort of piqued my interest. This is interesting. Like you get new information, you learn something. And the interesting thing was that these are all new sectors also. So जब Ola और Taxi for Sure और Uber बन रहे थे, it's not like they had all the answers.
हम्म
तो जब दोनों के पास जवाब वो मतलब that thought process is like evolving. You enjoy that process a lot more. It's not a very standard templatized answer कि yeah, this is how it is done or this is. Everybody was trying to build the next big thing. So everybody was learning so I'm learning with them to a very large extent कि अच्छा पहले ये करा फिर ये हुआ फिर ये चला नहीं फिर कुछ और करा फिर ऐसे करा फिर fleet ली फिर so it was trial and error for these founders and you are learning that on the job. So that was actually the most interesting part because this can only happen when you're covering startups. This can't happen in a Tata. Tata is very well thought through. Reliance is very well thought through. They have a PR team. In लोगों के पास कोई PR team कुछ नहीं था. So it was just founders, it was you, it was people who were betting on them, who also just had hypothesis. पैसे किसी ने बनाए नहीं थे. So सबके पास hypothesis थी कि ये ऐसे चलेगा, but चलेगा या नहीं चलेगा, honestly किसी को पता नहीं था. So I think that was like my turning point. But my turning point into becoming a serious reporter happened when the person who used to cover Flipkart, unfortunately, she fell sick
Okay.
on the day of Flipkart ka first Big Billion Day.
Oh.
And my editor calls me and says ki, and the first Big Billion Day bombed. So she said ki, this has happened. XYZ is unwell. Can you go and meet Sachin Bansal? And I had never met a founder of that stature. Nothing. I just knew nothing. I was shivering. So the process of entering Flipkart's office and actually doing that interview and then writing it and, being able to say that I have reached that place where I'm confident to do this. And it was not your regular interview. It was an interview where you're asking a founder, ki boss, what went wrong? And you're asking the founder of the most valuable company, what went wrong? और उससे पहले तुम ओला और उबर के ड्राइवर से बात कर रहे थे तो मतलब यहाँ से इधर से एकदम से औकात कहीं और हो गई है. So I think that is what that was my when I got out of that office I was sweating and I was like wow I just maybe Sachin never even knew that he's talking to somebody जिसके लिए first interview है. But that was like a turning point.
Okay. And how was your experience with Sachin Bansal? Because this was your first experience with a founder. So how was it? And how did you feel? I know you were chivalrous and you did not knew how to say or answer him, but
So it was not that. The interesting thing was that he had failed.
okay.
Like the systems of Flipkart went down for a zillion reasons, right? Like traffic बहुत आया है इन्होंने figure out नहीं करा था कैसे. So it was not an interview where he was selling. It was an interview where he was apologetic to say that, we planned something, it didn't work out. And to a large extent, we are sorry to our customers because Flipkart was the gold standard for everything internet in the country at that point in time. So it was not a tough interview only for me. It was a very tough interview for him to be facing somebody in the media at that point in time. So there was a lot of learning that comes with that. Like it was very empathetic on both sides. It was very honest on what went wrong. There was a sense of accountability. There was a sense of we will get out of this stronger and we will build this in a better manner. There were certain learnings. So it was not a typical interview where you're going and you're sort of talking about, hey, tell me all the good stuff. You're already going in knowing that something has gone wrong majorly. And taking it from there and asking, what happened, what went wrong, and how do we correct it? And what does what went wrong even mean? Like what went wrong in this case meant that यार इंडिया में डिमांड इतनी ज़्यादा है कि जो हम सोच भी नहीं जो एक फाउंडर नहीं सोच सकता है like founder always makes or dashes goals. And if he failed in estimating, then you imagine how big the market is. So it was almost like a mix of all of that emotions coming together. So yeah, it was for me. It was that is why it was a different learning experience. If it was just a regular interview where everything was business as usual, maybe I would not have felt this way. But this was an interview trying to really understand that what went wrong at the most valuable and the most coveted e-commerce company in the country at that point in time.
We have heard lot of stories about Sachin and Binny Bansal. So how is he as a person?
I mean, Sachin is audacious goals, big picture thinker, uh, can see the world 5 years down the line, kind of a person. Believed in mobile when everybody was still on desktop. Uh, I mean, this is a fact. He wanted to pivot Flipkart into a mobile first, or much before everybody else did. So I think that's the kind of person that he is. He's a workaholic, which is given for any founder who's built a company of that scale. Uh, yeah, those are. I mean, that is what I know of him from the outside. Yeah.
And that also motivated you to grind yourself and become better after this interview?
I think every founder that I meet, and that is true of Sachin then, that is true of any person I meet even today. Uh, you learn a lot of. Uh, you need to start filtering what you want to learn from them, right? Do I want to push myself to the extent that I mess up my health or not? Maybe if I just look at one founder, I will say that this is how he did it. Uh, the good thing about our job is that you are meeting multiple founders, so you can take what you resonate with the most across the board and just build with and just make yourself into a newer person. So they all leave you motivated because they're all crazy audacious people who have chosen a path which is unconventional and succeeded, also failed at a lot of times, and gotten back up. So but what I think of him would be like what I would think of a lot of other founders as well over time. um, and that is the great thing about the job that I do, that you actually have a ringside view of learning the right habits from a lot of these people, and building them into your own culture or building them into your own your personal well-being. So I learned from all of them. That was just a moment where I thought that this is a profession that has given me access to something so special, that this is not something I want to. I want to use this not just professionally. I want to. I believe in this ecosystem. So literally, when I thought that the Flipkart servers crashed that day, I realized that India में e-commerce की demand जो है, the best person to estimate it failed. So how much larger could it be? Which means the country is changing, which means the way people are consuming things is changing, which means that new things need to be built around it. I don't know how to drive. So when with Ola and Uber as is the only reason that gives me flexibility, mobility to and safety to do whatever I want to do whenever I want to do. Uh, so everybody contributes to it, right? Like everybody has like and they still are. If these companies shut down today, I'm screwed, like personally,
Right.
In terms of like how I work. So every founder will teach you some of these attributes here and there. And you like, I learn what I think is the best thing to take forward from there.
And after this interview, what changed in you?
Just a lot more confidence कि यार ये one, everybody is human. उससे भी गलती हो गई तो क्यों, मतलब ठीक है, like it's like people make mistakes and they're still finding ways to solve it, and the grit is what counts. So you also learn on the job. You'll be fine and enjoy what you're doing. So the interest and the belief in the sector and the segment that I was covering became much stronger. It became beyond ride hailing. It became e-commerce and then internet overall. So I cover internet companies overall today. So it became like a lot more substantiated, and it developed my interest around it.
एंड जर्नलिज्म में लोग हेल्प करना चाहते हैं क्या एक दूसरे को? क्योंकि मेरे को लगता है कि लोग हेल्प नहीं करना चाहते हैं.
Again, I got very lucky. Like my ET team was very, very nice. So my co-founder was actually, I met him at ET.
Okay.
So he was in Bombay, I was in Bangalore. So we used to help each other out to close stories faster. Um, and that's how we became friends, and that's how we remained friends. So and there are a lot of such journalists who are very helpful, and you know they have their heart in the right place. There are others who are, हर इंडस्ट्री में होता है ना, there are some people who are competitive जिनको मतलब शेयर नहीं करना है क्रेडिट, there are some who are collaborative. I think जर्नलिज्म भी मतलब ऐसा ही है, it is कुछ ज़्यादा डिफरेंस नहीं है from any other profession. You'll see that in the top percentile of any profession.
आई थिंक बॉलीवुड भी काफ़ी ज़्यादा लुक्रेटिव इंडस्ट्री है एंड लोगों को लगता है कि दूर से कि काफ़ी अच्छा है बट अंदर कितना.
करेक्ट. सो वही है, मतलब ऐसा नहीं है कि लोग हेल्प नहीं करना चाहते हैं. मतलब इफ माधव डिड नॉट हेल्प मी, अ लॉट ऑफ माय स्टोरीज वुड नॉट एवर सी द लाइट ऑफ डे. Same for a lot of people. Like in Delhi, there was a colleague of mine, Harsimran. He used to help me report on Uber and you know, do a lot of other stories from Delhi, which I couldn't physically do because I was not there. And these are all senior people. These are all people who were like much senior to me. So yes, they were helping. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि help नहीं करना चाहते. It's also a lot of life is about how you ask. And I had a very helpful editor as well. So I never faced that कि कोई help नहीं करना चाह रहा है. But हाँ, अपनी तरफ से भी value add होनी चाहिए. People will not help you like you know just you know be a part of their laurels, right? मतलब बस you know तुम घुस जाओ और अपना काम निकलवा लो टाइप.
राइट.
मैं भी काम कर रही थी. So I was also getting something for them that they did not have. So it was mutual. But when that mutual respect is there, I think people enjoy working together, and that's true even today. Even in today's newsroom, I think that's how it is.
And how did you meet Madhav?
At Economic Times. So he was in Bombay. He was covering same team, but in Bombay. Like we had a team in Bombay, Delhi, Bangalore, all three. Bangalore was the main, and then Bombay was obviously the financial markets and all the money flows from Bombay. So VCs and all were there. Delhi was also like a very important market. So that's how the team was structured. Every ET team has people across. So we were in the same team, and again, if it used to be a story, say on Ola, so it will be कि अच्छा Ola की fundraising है. So maybe Madhav has a lot more intel about the fundraising side of things. I'm in Bangalore, so I will have more intel on the business side of things. When those two things come together, the reader gets a better story. If he would write it alone, he would be very good at the business side of things. If I would write it alone, I would be good at the you know other side of things, like how the business operates. He would be good at the financials and all of that. You merge it together and the reader gets a better perspective. So ET has always thrived on that, and that is why it is different. That is why it was the most read newspaper that we as a team sort of worked to, you know, make those processes happen. So yeah, that's kind of what worked for us, and then we became friends as well. So when I moved to Stellaris, also we kept in touch, and you know, we were friends.
What was the experience at Stellaris?
Stellaris, I remember like Rahul offered the job to me on the day of my mehendi.
Okay.
And no, 2 days before my mehendi. And one day before my mehendi, I was doing the interview. On the day of my mehendi, I got the offer. So it all moved very fast. And I remember mehendi के बाद उसी दिन रात को संगीत था. And on Sangeet, so Madhav was also, so Madhav was part of ET. He was also there for my wedding. And you know, this is why I say that we are good friends. That he was part of ET, but he was actually taking over the startup team. So I would have been part of his team had I stayed in ET. And I told him literally on the dance floor that, listen, I've got this offer from Stellaris, and what do you think? I didn't even say I'm taking it. And he said, you have to take it.
Mm.
Like he had no inclination to say that, to stop.
Hmm.
Even though he would have been in shit if like people from his, like, imagine first day as the editor of the team and, people start leaving. So, personally, it was tough. It would have been a tough thing for him to deal with at that point in time. But we were friends, and that's a signal of being a friend, right?
Hmm.
That he was like, yeah, this is what you should be
Supportive.
doing. हाँ कि यही करना चाहिए, मतलब इसको मैं कैसे मना करूँ? And yeah, so that's how I accepted the offer. Stellaris was great because Stellaris happened when I joined Stellaris, it was not a fund. It was 4 people who were partners, but like 4 people who were doing everything together. And when I say everything, I mean office का shutter खोलना, बिग बास्केट से ग्रोसरी ऑर्डर करना सो दैट ऑफिस में खाना हो, sometimes even cleaning the table before an investor comes in for fundraising. So everybody was doing everything.
Mm-hmm.
And the vibe was very warm. It was it was not a VC kind. It still is not. Like the people are still as so warm that you will not get that kind of vibe from them. You'll always hear it from the ecosystem. They are very warm people. But it became like family. And I was hired for marketing and content. So the idea was that इंडिया में कोई अपनी थीसिस इन्वेस्टर शेयर नहीं करते हैं क्योंकि दे फील दैट थीसिस इज प्रोप्राइटरी. एंड Stellaris का कहना था कि थीसिस थोड़ा प्रोप्राइटरी होते हैं. योर जजमेंट ऑन द थीसिस और लाइक द फाउंडर दैट यू आर बैकिंग, दैट इज प्रोप्राइटरी और दैट इज योर राइट टू विन. तो थीसिस हम पब्लिक कर देते हैं. तब तक कोई नहीं करता था. सो दे वर द फर्स्ट वंस टू start thinking like that. And it was modeled somewhere around the A16Z model, but a lot more defined towards India and a lot more structured than what A16Z was, because obviously they were so big, so we had to start from somewhere. But even in that time, like to their credit, they, when we had a investment committee meeting, everybody from the team was there, including me. So I learned a lot about investing because I was seeing these people. We had an open office, so we always knew ki kaise, like, how are these deals done? What is the negotiation happening? You're hearing it with your friends who are now on the VC, on the investment side. So it was an amazing experience. Then I worked on a few deals also.
Okay.
So everything about like Stellaris was like amazing. Yeah.
So how did you met your partner?
I met my partner through a common friend.
Okay.
So I was also covering this company, if you remember, Housing.com, IIT Bombay.
Right.
So this was, I had a friend who worked at that company, and he just said that, so founders or generally people in the ecosystem keep introducing you to other founders in the ecosystem. That's how the network works. उस टाइम पे ये थोड़ा ज़्यादा भी था, अब थोड़ा कम हो गया है. उस टाइम पे बहुत ज़्यादा था. Like the camaraderie of like batchmates and classmates and everything was very high. So I used to cover e-commerce. I used to not cover like logistics or all these other adjacent spaces, but e-commerce I used to cover. So this friend of mine just said that, there is a friend who is just started up in this space. एक बार उससे मिल ले. And I was like, ठीक है.
This was the time when you were in ET.
I was in ET.
Okay.
I was in ET. मिल ले, and he had some very basic questions about, how do you do PR or how do you think about these things, because he was not meeting me because I was at ET. He was trying to understand my job and what I do, and how he can think about his company and like what he does differently by learning from me, from a media standpoint, from a branding standpoint. So yeah, that's how we got connected. And then we remained friends for a very long time, and then we started dating. And yeah, then I think when I actually married him the day like I was leaving ET for Stellaris. So yeah, that was literally the day we got married, which is.
Yeah, he was also a founder then.
He was a founder then.
Okay. Talking about relationships, I think in Gen Zs and the people who were millennials and other stuff. I think there's a difference. Like a founder wants to marry a person who is actually looking for someone who can give them comfort and other things. So what does a journalist look out for in a relation?
यार इतना ट्रांजैक्शनल तो मैंने कभी सोचा नहीं था, मतलब प्यार हो गया अब क्या बोलो, लाइक इस अब बैक कैलकुलेट कर रही हूँ मैं जो बोल रही हूँ, मतलब उस टाइम पे ऐसे सोचा ही नहीं था. आई थिंक इट वाज again it's about shared values. Like you don't get married for a resume, you get married for shared values. How, so for me it was about, you know, how he thinks about his family, how I think about my family. That's, you know, are we aligning on those things, are we aligning on the basic principles of how we want to live our life? Yeah, it was just all of those things. I mean, the day I married him, his company was shutting down. And it was a run up to shutting down. Like 6 months into, when we were planning our wedding, was a peak time when, you know, he was going through the toughest phase of like wrapping his company down. I don't think we ever had a conversation about कि यार, you know, so what does this mean for us? We always knew कि यार ठीक है, ये नहीं कुछ और करेगा, कुछ और, मतलब he is the person I want to be with, so he'll figure it out. If whether he wants to, he decided after that he wants to do a job for some time. So he went to Swiggy. They were all his calls. Then he decided that he wanted to start up. Again, it was his call. So career calls, I think, have always like kind of been very personal to us, that whatever we want to do, we've done, and we've supported each other through it. So I don't think we thought we were not so calculative about this part of the process.
Okay. And from a big company like ET, you came to Stellaris. That was just starting up and you were doing a lot of things. So what difference did you feel? Because here you saw a journey from 0 to 1 and there you saw a journey from
Yeah.
10 to 100. So
Yeah, it's very different because 0 to 1 is all about people. It is just, it's not just all, it's only people. There is nothing else to show for it. So you have to like the people on the other side to get to work, show up every day, at 110%, and you know, make a company or a fund or anything succeed. And I think you learn a lot more about. So I will not say that ownership was not there at ET, because ET is also an individual contributor role to a large extent. So ownership is there. This is more about a joint mission. So whether it is Stellaris, whether it was your story, it was always about that the company should succeed. The people behind these companies should succeed. तो कभी ये नहीं सोचा कि अरे मैं ग्रोसरी शॉप में क्या कर रही हूँ, स्पार्कलिंग वाटर ढूंढ रही थी मैं बिग बाजार में, एंड आई एम लाइक व्हाट, like I was laughing at it with another colleague of mine. He was going to, I think he was also on his way to MBA college. I was like, तूने सोचा था कि तू ये कर रहा होगा VC फंड में आके? And he's like, नहीं. मैंने कहा मैंने भी नहीं सोचा था, but it was great. Like we loved our time there because we did everything. Like if the table is not clean, it's not like we'll wait कि भैया साफ कर दो, भैया नहीं आ रहे तो करो साफ. We would do these things because it's the right thing to do for the company. So you learn all those shared values, and it's not like you only do it. You will see everybody do it. Like if there was something that was that needed like more physical labor, it's not like the partners would be like, I'm sitting here and, you know, why don't you get this done? They're all there. They're all hands on. Everybody is joining with the same mission, same values, and that is priceless. And that is an emotion, which is that we are doing this together. We are doing it for each other, and we are doing it for the benefit of the company. So yeah, that's.
आप जर्नलिज्म में थे पहले and फिर VC फंड. So what were your learnings? क्योंकि एक बड़ा शिफ्ट हुआ जर्नलिज्म से.
Yeah, learnings तो सिर्फ यही थी on understanding how तो journalism gives you like a broad view of things. उसके बाद आप एक सेगमेंट में घुस गए कि अच्छा ये VC स्पेसिफिकली कैसे काम करता है. So you learn the nuances of that business. How a fund works, how a fund thinks about decision making, how an investment actually happens, what happens behind the scenes in an investment. When there are 3-4 different investments, how do people actually evaluate? हमें तो बाद में आउटकम ही मिलता है ना कि XYZ ने ओला में इन्वेस्ट कर दिया, बट what उसने देखा हो, उबर को भी देखा होगा, टैक्सी फॉर श्योर को भी देखा होगा, all those like that nuances of how that decision making process works.
इनसाइडर पता लगता है।
Insider, how do ref checks work? Ref checks was a big part, हम early stage fund थे, so understanding of people was really important for when we were making investment decisions. So understanding of markets was very important. So again, everything in a lot more depth. तो लिमिटेड चीज़ें बट डेप्थ ज़्यादा थी। तो अगर आप सेक्टर में हो तो आपको पूरा सेक्टर के बारे में पता होना चाहिए। स्टोरी नहीं है ये कि ऊपर के नंबर से काम हो जाएगा। आपको पूरा पीएनएल पता होना चाहिए टू बी एबल टू से दैट ओके दिस इज व्हाट मेक्स सेंस।
इसमें मजा आ रहा था?
मज़ा आ रहा था। वेदर इट वाज समथिंग दैट आई थॉट वाज अ सुपर पावर फॉर मी, नो। सो बहुत लोगों को बहुत चीज़ों में मज़ा आता है बट दैट डजंट मीन दे आर गुड एट इट। And that understanding of knowing are you good at it or not is very important. So मज़ा तो आ रहा था। And a part of the job was meeting founders, judging founders' journeys, and actually not judging founders' journeys, just judging the business opportunity. So all of that was fun. And yeah, so it it just teaches you a certain lens with a lot more depth. Which is what you think as a VC. But when you say as a founder, then my answer will completely change कि अरे VC का तो depth कुछ है ही नहीं. You have to be a founder to really understand what depth means, right? So जब आग शुरू करा तो तब समझ में आया कि like I remember जब हमारा फंड रेजिंग के लिए एक बहुत एक चेकलिस्ट होती है।
क्या होता है चेकलिस्ट?
उसमें 100 चीज़ें थी, ठीक है। मतलब थैंक गॉड फॉर माई co-founder who is like very very thorough with like these things. He is the person with the structure and मतलब वो संभाल लेगा ये सब। मेरे में छोड़ते तो अभी राउंड ही चलना होता है, मतलब अभी तक क्लोज नहीं होता। बट द ओनली थिंग आई टोल्ड देम वाज कि यार हमारी कंपनी 100 दिन पुरानी नहीं है, लेकिन ये चेकलिस्ट में 100 चीज़ें हैं। मतलब सो मेनी थिंग्स यू नीड टू डू, सो मेनी थिंग्स यू नीड टू बी अवेयर ऑफ, सो मेनी कंप्लायंस थिंग्स यू नीड टू डू। that is depth of that grown up journey, right? So you learn so much more being a founder. Now you're not just a journalist, now you are handling payroll, you are looking at finances, you're looking at sales, you're looking at everything. Anything that goes wrong is your fault. Anything that goes right is luck. But anything that goes wrong is totally just it's on you, and it's on you and your co-founder. Like that's it. That's where the buck stops. So Stellaris की जर्नी तो वो थी कि मुझे लगा बहुत डेप्थ है, लेकिन जब खुद का स्टार्टअप करा तब समझ में आया कि एक्चुअली डेप्थ का मीनिंग क्या होता है। एंड not just depth and multitasking, right? Like you are doing different roles. Half of those roles are not rewarding. OTP देना is not rewarding as a role, like for example, but आपका mind space लेता है। MIS बनाना और उसको मतलब like these are all process driven things. हर organization में होता है। Every founder will talk to you like ये तो बहुत ही normal है। But getting into that journey and पहले तो ये काम होते ही नहीं थे ना, अब आ गए हैं। So then there are like 10 other things which are checklists that you need to do just to be compliant, which nobody is rewarding you for. This is just housekeeping stuff. It teaches you a lot of things around multitasking, compartmentalization. And so for me it was a journey. And thankfully, because of my husband, because he had done like a startup before, he was starting up again. I have a lot of friends who are founders. तो हमारा पूरा सर्कल ऐसा है। That circle helped sort of normalize this. Otherwise I would have been like यार ये सब क्या है, this is so overwhelming, this is इतना मुश्किल है ये सब, ये भी हैंडल करना है, वो भी हैंडल करना है, प्रोडक्ट भी हैंडल करना है, ये मुझे नहीं पता कि डिज़ाइन कैसा होना चाहिए, सीखना पड़ेगा। हम दोनों जर्नलिस्ट थे, सो वी नेवर लाइक प्रोडक्ट डिज़ाइन टेक आता ही नहीं है। तो वी स्पेंड अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम जस्ट ट्राइंग टू अंडरस्टैंड द बेसिक्स ऑफ अरे what kind of software do we need to use if we want to build this company in a with longevity. What do we need to do? So things like that is what you learn, what I learned at while building Arc. which has nothing to do with journalism. So yeah, I think that depth only comes when you are a founder.
एंड आफ्टर अ वीसी फंड आपने सोच लिया था कि फाउंडर बनना है आप?
नहीं, फाउंडर बनना है तो नहीं सोचा था. I had a lot of empathy for what it's like to be a founder.
Okay.
That is for sure. And I knew it was not easy. So while at ET, I always knew it was not easy. I knew it was not easy from the outside. As a VC fund, you see journeys of certain founders very close. So you know it's not easy from the inside. And therefore you develop a lot more empathy towards, the people building these companies.
Okay.
And yeah, so for me it was, the understanding of that was there, but फाउंडर बनना है was only a calling when I realized कि मेरे को ये प्रॉब्लम अब खुद सॉल्व करनी है. Like I want to do this on my own. And
ये कब आया?
while we were at Your Story.
Okay.
While we were at Your Story, we saw that Your Story had solved a certain problem in the ecosystem at a certain point in time, which was the only platform to have done it in a meaningful manner. And the brand was built on top of that, which is कि यार लोगों की stories तो बताओ. Right. And then we wanted to go to the next level of saying that, we want to, be a lot more numbers, data oriented, because we want these stories to be told about these companies in a certain manner. That's how art came into being. So it was like a 2.0 of how to think about, the startup ecosystem altogether. And we took some values from Your Story as well, which is like we kept it free. So, that is, we realized that if we want the ecosystem to flourish, people should be able to read what you are writing. वरना college students नहीं pay करेंगे ना आपका content पढ़ने के लिए, तो कैसे बढ़ेगा ecosystem? So some of the shared values were always there, and then we created our own, and then we thought that let's do this. Like if this COVID था, reset तो हो ही रहा था सब कुछ. So अगर reset का time है, let's reset ourselves and build something for the next 15-20 years. And if we want to do that, let's do it at our own terms and how we think it should be built as a 2.0. So that's how ARC started.
So how did the transition happen at Your Story? आप Stellaris में थे and then you went to Your Story?
Yes, so I was at Stellaris. No, I was Stellaris and I came back to ET. I was working at ET. जब Stellaris छोड़ा तो I left because I wanted to do journalism. There is ऐसा नहीं था that there's something wrong with the job. It's about कि यार आपको किस काम में ज़्यादा मज़ा आ रहा है. मेरे को जर्नलिज्म, मैंने दोनों करे हुए थे, तो I enjoyed journalism more. So I came back to ET because ET made me a journalist, as I told you. So there was nothing, I had no thing कि ET नहीं जाना है, मेरे लिए तो ET gold standard था. So they took me back and I went there. Madhav was at Times of India at that point in time.
Okay.
So yeah, Shraddha basically reached out to Madhav and said that, let's build a subscription platform, and he agreed to it. And then he called me and said that, why don't you come and join, and this is what we're trying to do. I found the idea interesting and the scope of work also interesting, and more importantly, what I knew, that people, you need to work with the people that you want to work with, and that I was clear that he'll build a very solid team around the product that he wants to build, which he did. So I mean, that's how I took the leap of saying, okay, let's build CapTable at Your Story.
Okay. And what was CapTable about?
So CapTable was a subscription news media company, long form business writing. So it would directly compete with Ken or Morning Context in terms of the format. We were just a lot more focused on startups and tech companies. I think these platforms do a lot more sectors, but our core was this, and we kind of stuck to our core for the time that at least Madhav and I were there. We used to only focus on like tech companies and startups.
So you were doing this for like different companies and you wanted to start your own venture. How did that feeling happen?
Yeah, that is just a calling. When you think that, I think I can do something different and, be 10x better at it. And it comes with a lot of backing. ऐसा नहीं है कि मैंने सोचा और वो हो गया. Like, it came with a lot of backing from people in the ecosystem who said कि हाँ, you build something like this, we'll support it. We'll support you. We support your idea of how you're thinking. So it was a mix of all those emotions. And then, just having the right co-founder, I think, is a very important part of it. Like, a lot of people want to start up. Their biggest hurdle is कि who do I start up with? So I think that was not a question for me at all. So, the co-founder is there, the skill set is there, the intent is there, the support is there. Uh, so then take a shot when you can. Like it was more like that.
And how did you choose your co-founder like Madhav?
This was not even a question. So this was, we had been working together for way too long for us to understand what our core strengths are. And again, shared values on, things that matter in the long term. And all those things were aligned. And when you work with somebody, वो आपको पता चल ही जाता है. So it is not, ये पेपर पे बात नहीं हो रही है, ये आपने एक्शन में देखा है कि यार जब ऐसा हुआ था, how did a person react? What did they do? Did they show up? Did they not show up? So I think all those things aligned, and they didn't align. They were always there. So the decision became very easy. So it was not a calculative decision at all. Like a lot of people said that, Arey, should you have a tech co-founder? Should you have a business co-founder? Not just to me, to him as well. When he was starting, and his friends and his well-wishers also told him ki, but I think that was the point. Ki, yaar, aligned values to yahi hai ki, yaar, we want to build something like this. So we'll learn the other stuff. We'll get the right people for the other stuff, which is all important. Tech is important. Design is important. Sales is important. So we'll build all of that together. But the shared value has to be, very long term in nature. And I think that was very clear from day zero. So that trust has always been there. It's a very high, like a co-founder is a very high trust. It's a blind trust relationship actually. So I think that was always there.
And before starting your own venture, your husband was also a founder. So he did not approach you to become a founder. या ऐसा नहीं लगा कि उनके साथ करते हैं कुछ?
नहीं यार, वो अपनी कंपनी के लिए सही चीज करेगा. He had started up with somebody who had worked in the EV space, who had who had expertise in the space, and like his founder journey was very different from mine. Like so, the first thing a founder needs to do is what is right for their company. No founder will, and I'm not right for his company. I'm a journalist, or I'm at best a content person. Does a EV company need that as a core life skill set? It doesn't.
This is really important.
So I don't think this was even a question like कि उसके साथ करना है या नहीं करना है. मतलब उसका अपना करियर एक डायरेक्शन में बनाना है. He's done that, and this is mine, and our job is to support each other. It's not to get into each other's way. So yeah, it didn't even come up as a thing.
And काफ़ी ये सारी जर्नी में आपने स्टोरी टेलिंग काफ़ी सीखा. तो आप बताओगे कि स्टोरी टेलिंग के लिए क्या इम्पोर्टेंट है?
स्टोरी टेलिंग के लिए क्या इम्पोर्टेंट है? एक हीरो होना चाहिए, एक विलन होना चाहिए, और एक सीन होना चाहिए कि मतलब बस इट इज एज सिंपल एज दैट. यू क्रिएट द राइट सीन. सो एक्चुअली मैंने स्टोरी टेलिंग ज़्यादा नहीं करा है, बिकॉज यू आर अ जर्नलिस्ट. पीपल अज्यूम इट एज स्टोरी टेलिंग, बट जर्नलिज्म इज एक्चुअली सो फैक्चुअल कि अगर आपने सही से कर रहे हो तो बंदे का व्यू ऑब्जेक्टिव होना चाहिए. उसका व्यू अगर बन रहा है तो अपने आप से बनना चाहिए. द थॉट प्रोसेस शुड बी इंडिपेंडेंट. सो दैट्स अ वेरी बिग वैल्यू एट द आर्क, दैट वी आर नॉट टेलिंग आवर रीडर्स हाउ टू थिंक. We are enabling them with all the data points. Now, you could still think that this is, and sometimes you get pushback for it कि तो बहुत ही न्यूट्रल स्टोरी है. न्यूट्रल ही होनी चाहिए. मतलब स्टोरी इज टू टेल यू अ स्टेट ऑफ प्ले. We don't take a stance कि this is wrong or this is right. We give you the data points and we tell you कि यार अब आप you're smart enough, and our audience is actually on the side of the smarter side, where they know a lot of things about the ecosystem and they're reading us for detail and depth. So we trust them to sort of make the right decisions themselves, and our job is to give them the right data, the right context. And sometimes the right context has a lot of nuance, and storytelling में nuance चला जाता है, because storytelling में you have to be a character and then you have to think through that. We can't do that. So we will say this happened, but this is the other counter side to it as well. And now it's up to you to think what is more logical. Is A more logical or B more logical, or is the data C more logical? So that's how that's how our reporting style works. So it's actually very counterintuitive to storytelling. आपको storytelling दिखेगी नहीं.
And how is ARC different from its competitors?
This is exactly how it is different. You will not see that kind of storytelling. You will see so you will never. This is why we've been able to maintain like relationships with the ecosystem. It's not like we are not tough, but we are very fair. We are very fair to even a person where a tough story is written about numbers. We are very fair to them. Yeah, this is what it is like. So that I think is a long-term value that we have, which makes which makes it tougher in the short term because you're so neutral that a third party को opinion बनाने में time लगता है, but वो ठीक है, but गलत opinion नहीं बनना चाहिए. Again, it comes from founder empathy that you are building a company, you've built companies, you've seen how companies are built. Startups में तो गलतियां होती ही हैं. You can't hold them, and I mean you should hold them accountable. You can't give them a death sentence.
Got it.
That is not fair. And that is, I think, where our neutrality sort of comes into play.
And how did you raise funds?
How did I raise funds? The funds were just raised through, I think, people who wanted to support us in the ecosystem. It was, again, very organic. These people had seen our work. They knew what we stand for. They knew our heart was in the right place. They knew the kind of company we wanted to build. They saw the need for a company like this.
इसमें rejections भी आपको मिला starting में?
एक या दो. And the reason for that is that I don't think we approached people where we thought that values did not align.
Okay.
So some of the rejections were just based on the fact कि यार हमें इंडिया में कंपनी सेटअप करनी है और इंडिया में there are regulations around why they can't invest in India. So that also I would treat as a rejection. Some were more like I want to see something that you built, so therefore we'll come back later. And then they did come back later. But largely it was us going to people and saying that, hey, you are the kind of people we want to raise money from. So we were very outbound and these people knew us for a long time. So I think all of those things sort of came together in terms of our fundraise.
And if I want to raise a fund, like what are the things that I should keep in mind?
So it depends on where you are starting from. We played to our strengths here.
Okay.
How I raise capital or how Madhav raises capital is very different from anybody else. We raise capital from people we knew. So while the round is $1 million round, it can be construed as a friends and family round as well. These are people who know us. These are people who have trust that we will build things the right way. They are not seeing any data points. कुछ था नहीं. सिर्फ हम ही थे, like हम थे, हमारा ref check था. So they believed in us. So that is a very different way of raising money. And then another way of raising money is on an idea, right? So when you have an idea and you're actively pitching and then you're trying to make people sell the idea, that takes you to a very different kind of a way of raising money. So you have to have your market sizing, all of those things in place. Here it was more about having your mission, values, long-term goals in place, and that was enough.
And how do you decide which stories deserve more attention?
The number of people it impacts. Just a simple way of thinking about it is that if it impacts a lot of people, it deserves attention.
Do you have some stats on that?
A lot of it is qualitative. Some of it is quantitative as well. So you can figure out the top companies of interest through Google and stuff like that. You can do that. You are in the ecosystem, so you know what are the buzzy sectors. Like किसी को बताने की जरूरत नहीं कि quick commerce is interesting for a lot of people. So a lot of it gets into a lot of data points. It's not a single nuanced answer.
Okay. And ये process में कभी आपको burnouts वगैरह face हुए हैं founder journey में?
यार अभी तो बहुत early है, अभी तो मतलब 2 साल हुए हैं. Burnout, I think you have days where you are just tired.
छोड़ने का मन करता है?
छोड़ने का मन कभी नहीं करता.
Okay.
When you are tired, see वहाँ पे co-founder काम आता है. when you are tired, the other person picks up the slack. So they will appear like twice as hard because you're not there. So I think that is what tag team is like. That is how long term orientation works. So yeah, that's
लोनली लगता है ये जर्नी में? नहीं.
मुझे कम लगता है, but doesn't mean that the journey is not lonely. Like I feel it less because again I can talk about it at home, and my husband understands a lot of what I'm saying. He's faced it sometimes. Sometimes he has an idea of how to go through with. He has a solution for it. I have friends who are also founders, so उस type से lonely नहीं लगता है. And then I have a co-founder that I can be absolutely brutally honest with. So, but is the journey itself lonely? It's not. It's about taking risks, and like the risks are all yours. Getting used to that is more of a learning curve than loneliness alone.
एंड हमने देखा है कि जो फाउंडर्स होते हैं वो मोस्टली लड़के होते हैं, लड़कियां बहुत कम फाउंडर्स होती हैं. तो इसके बारे में आपका कोई ओपिनियन है?
ये पता नहीं ऐसा क्यों है. मतलब I don't have. I have always been someone who takes risks. So I have not felt that void of anything. I have a lot of friends who are female founders as well. Maybe it's about कि यार IIT में लोग ही कितने जाते हैं. अगर आप IIT से ही सिलेक्शन बायस कर लो तो आप वहीं से आप निकाल लो ना ड्रॉप ऑफ. तो अगर if the ratio of women to men is I don't know 5%, तो वही रेशियो में आएंगी कंपनीज बाहर. इनपुट से तो आउटपुट आएगा.
बट क्या लड़कियों को और भी चीज़ें करनी पड़ती है तो ऐसा डर लगता है कि ऐसा मतलब ऐसा कुछ है क्या कि इसलिए अपना जर्नी परस्यू नहीं कर पाती हैं?
Again, I have never faced that. That could be true. That could be a social setting that people are evaluating or they have in their mind. I have never had it in my mind, and it has never stopped me from doing anything. Yeah, it's not come to mind like that. It's been very shared. Like I've never had this conversation with my husband also कि यार अगर मेरे को जाना होता है तो वो घर पे रहेगा. Today he is at home because I have to be here. He will do that. We are having these conversations as very like equal people. We are not having this conversation as कि ये घर का काम मेरा है kind of. So मेरे को तो नहीं लगता है, but I'm sure that will be a constraint.
तो फाउंडर्स और इन्फ्लुएंसर्स की जर्नी बहुत ज़्यादा ग्लोरीफाइड होती है, तो ऐसा क्यों होता है?
ये ग्लोरीफाइड तो होती है, बट ग्लोरीफाइड के बाद कटका भी तो देते हैं. ऐसा तो नहीं है कि क्या कहते हैं मैं कि नेगेटिविटी स्टॉप्स यू. कौन सा फाउंडर है जिसकी जर्नी ऊपर बहुत अच्छी दिखी गई है लेकिन नीचे नहीं किसी ने लिखा है? दोनों हुआ है. सो व्हेन यू गेट इनटू दैट ट्रेडमिल देन यू हैव टू बी प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर बोथ. दैट्स हाउ आई वुड लुक एट इट. आप कोई भी फाउंडर देख लो, आप फ्लिपकार्ट देख लो, आप ओला देख लो, आप स्विगी देख लो, जोमेटो देख लो. They've all come like this also, they've gone down like this also, and they've come like this also. The good ones don't let any of this affect you. They know that it's a part of the जब journey ऐसी ऐसी है तो फिर मतलब coverage भी ऐसे ऐसे ही होगा. मतलब it's
राइट.
so yeah, I think it's everyone who's gone through the ups has seen the downs. Vijay Shekhar Sharma, Bhavesh, Dipinder, Sachin, everyone, like all the founders that you can think of, they all have.
And one mistake that taught you or you learned from that?
So I think it's not a mistake, but every time you meet a founder, you are very, very inspired. And you feel that this is the guy who's going to change the world. और उसका काम है आपको ये बेचना. मतलब a good founder is supposed to be able to sell this vision to every person who moves on the street. Not just only as a journalist, as an employee, as an employer, as a fundraising. So to be able to step away from that and be objective takes a certain level of maturity and age. So I would not say it's a mistake. I think it's an evolution. And yeah, that's something that I have learned on the job.
ओके. एंड कुछ अगर एंटरप्रेन्योर्स जो देख रहे हैं या फाउंडर्स जो स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं या जो जर्नलिस्ट में जाना चाहते हैं उनको अगर कुछ सजेशंस देना चाहोगे तो क्या सजेशंस होंगे?
फाउंडर को तो कोई सजेशन देने का फायदा नहीं है. कोई नहीं सुनता है. जब लगती है, जब गिरते हैं तो सीख जाते हैं. The only suggestion to give anybody is that just be very honest with yourself and very honest with your co-founder, the person you're building the company with, and build it for the right reasons.
Okay.
That's it. Because on a bad day, those values are what will keep you going. So that's the only reason you'll show up. My co-founder, I still remember when he had COVID, he couldn't speak. His उसकी आवाज़ अभी भी सुन के मेरे को मतलब रोंगटे खड़े हो जाते कि ये कर क्या रहा था ये. Like he was just not well, and he was reading something from page 69 of Zomato's DRHP when they filed for IPO. I don't know how he turned up. Like he was not in a good state physically. But that is that drive that says that, I am building this. I need to be here. I'll do this for the right reason. So I think that is the craziness you need in being a founder, and that is the you can't teach anybody how to do this. So जो भी लोग कहते हैं कि फाउंडर को बनाना सीख सकते हो, वो कुछ नहीं सीख सकते. Everybody will have you will have a very different journey than I would. And that's absolutely okay. But long term, like your value is very clear, right? कि आपको content बनाना है और आपको meaningful impact create करना है. That is what keeps you going. So there'll be good days, there'll be bad days, there'll be boring guests, there'll be interesting guests, there'll be like superstar guests. So every day is not going to be the same. But even on the days or the months where you have like, mediocre guests, you have to keep going. So what kind of value can teach you that? Nothing. Like it's all grit at the end of the day. So yeah, that's how I feel.
And what is one success mantra that you follow?
Grit. That's it. Just show up every day. Just mean what you say and show up. That's it.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much for your time. It was great having you.
Awesome. I had a lot of fun.
एंड अगर आप लोग ने यहाँ तक वीडियो देखा है तो ये वीडियो को लाइक कर देना, और चैनल पे नए हो तो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर देना और बेल आइकन को भी दबा देना. चलिए मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में. थैंक यू गाइस.